And when I came back, there was sewage and water everywhere.
We all know getting to another planet can be hard, but oxygen not included shows us just how hard staying there can be by putting you in charge of running your own space colony. And it comes from the studio behind the excellent survival series Don't Starve.
And you'll need plenty of those survival skills here too, because as the name suggests, just having enough oxygen is a constant struggle. You know, putting me in charge of a space colony is a bad idea. To start off, you just take your pick of randomly generated worlds, based on one of a few different asteroid types, which have different environments that set the difficulty. Then you pick your starting crew of 3 duplicants or dupes, and the rest is about building a colony that can survive.
You have no direct control over anything. Instead, you lay out blueprints of what you'd like to get done, such as digging or building, and your dupes will get around to it when they can. In between, they need to look after themselves by eating, sleeping, and of course, using the bathroom.
And beneath those cutesy graphics, there's an insanely detailed simulation going on. Every breath turns oxygen into carbon dioxide. Bodies and machines output heat. Germs and diseases can spread without proper hygiene. Always wash your hands. Just about everything you could possibly imagine is tracked and measured.
Yeah, so there's quite a steep learning curve, and it doesn't do the best job of teaching you the basics. New players are just dropped in and left to figure things out themselves.
There are a few little tips and hints that pop up, but it's hard to know how everything works until you see it all in action. Some more detailed tutorials or example worlds or something would have been helpful.
Yeah, especially for the more advanced mechanics. As it is, I was often just left wondering what I should be doing or how things work. But thankfully, this game has built a healthy online community, which means there's no shortage of videos and guides with some really genius solutions to problems.
And there's no shortage of problems either. They're thrown at you constantly. Just when you've got your food supply sorted, you realize you're running out of water, or your base is slowly filling with deadly gas, or starting to overheat and cook. You can never get complacent.
And overcoming those challenges feels genuinely rewarding, because often you have to build all these intricate moving systems. From a working sewage and water recycling operation to fully ducted air conditioning. A big base becomes this huge house of cards of interconnected systems, which feels like it's one small disaster away from all coming crashing down.
One of my favorite things was when you get to the point where your dupes can really start exploring the asteroid. Once you can build environment suits, you can start to send them out deeper and deeper into more dangerous areas, where you'll find geysers that spew out precious materials, little mysterious bases, and you can even crack through the surface into space. There's an awesome sense of discovery that just keeps you wanting to dig just a little further.
The dupes can be a little frustrating though. I mean, they're hopeless. If there's even the slightest possibility for them to get stuck somewhere, they seem to find it. And if you're not paying attention, before you know it, bam, they've suffocated.
Yeah, but I kind of like that. Not the suffocating, but the fact that you need to plan everything very carefully. Often in sim games, there's no real stakes. You can leave them running and nothing bad will really happen. But I wasn't brave enough to walk away and make a sandwich without pausing this one.
Very true, but I did like taking care of the dupes, because if they don't have their needs met, they start to get stressed, and that is not pretty. Stress is very bad for you. Your dupes also earn skill points, which you can spend to determine what kind of jobs they can do. But it also determines how high their morale needs to be to avoid getting stressed out. Having a nice colony to live in with nice food to eat and nice decor ultimately means you'll be able to develop better dupes.
Yeah, and you'll need to level up your dupes quite a fair bit to get to the end game. Here, you start to build rocket ships that you can send off to transport special materials back to your colony.
You'll need those too, because some materials can completely run out, which is something else I love about this. It really forces you to think about everything you have and use it smartly. It's all about reusing and recycling and making sure nothing goes to waste. Because you only have one asteroid, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Which is something we could all do with learning. But yeah, it's a super clever little game. There is a lot to get your head around, which might put new players off, but a few hours in and you'll start to see how everything works. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, there's such deep simulation going on here, which might not lead to thrill-a-minute gameplay, but if you love figuring out problems, exploring, and dreaming up clever contraptions, then you'll love this. I'm giving it 4 as well.